This is Rob from Ram Knife Sheaths, going for a little hike up into the mountains in northern Connecticut, and that's where I'm going. Okay, I'm in the woods now, and I'm going to start hiking up the mountain. And this is kind of my view from where I'm starting, just up the trail off the fire road. It's a good slope here. It's probably about averages around, I don't know, 30 degrees, 35 degrees with some steeper sections, and this climb goes on for about a mile. Okay, I'm here in the woods at one of my favorite spots, just off the Appalachian Trail. It's a bit of nice old forest. Brook running down below. Having slight problems with my camera. For some reason it won't zoom while I'm filming. I'll have to figure out why. Anyway, as you can see, there's a lot of dead wood around. Lots of dead wood around. Within 50 yards, 25 yards, almost every direction. Lots of dead wood. Somebody was up here camping this week, and they cut down a live tree. I'm not sure why. Part of it's laying there in the fire pit. Part of it's laying here in the snow. Some of it's over there. Anyway, there's some live limbs there, cut off. Not sure why they did that. It just doesn't make sense. Why would you cut down a live tree to burn when you have all this wood that's been down for months? You know, easy picking with a saw. You can cut off any of those large limbs down there, drag them up here, and you get enough fire to burn all night. That kind of thing upsets me a little bit when I see that. You know, it's not just one tree. It's one tree one day. If everybody that came up here cut down one tree, there wouldn't be a whole lot of trees left here. You know, this area, you know, let's face it, gets a lot of traffic. There's a lot of people that hike up in these woods, and you know, we have to respect the area. And you know, we all come up here for its beauty and its wildness and that wild feel, and it has it because it has a lot of these nice big trees that we don't see in our urban areas. And if we you know, if we cut them down, this no longer has that feel. It's no longer a place that, you know, that I'm going to enjoy, or, you know, many of us are going to want to come out and enjoy. Anyway, I just thought I'd share this spot with you. It's one of my favorites. About a mile or so off the road, just off the Appalachian Trail and the Blue Trail, and it goes up to the top of the mountain there, and this section is about 8 miles across. Anyway, thought I'd share that with you guys. I'd like to take a second to talk about the Ontario 499 Pilot Survival Knife. I make this sheath spec for it. I chose this knife really because out of a few, I looked at the K-Bar Short, this knife in particular. Actually, those are the two that I build this spec sheath for. What I like about this knife is, and I actually do like it, I never carry the K-Bar Short. I use this as a knife to test this sheath in the outdoor environment, on my pack, on my belt, just to kind of see how it carries, whether it's comfortable, whether the knife, how secure the knife is in the sheath. I always like to take anything I build out for a few weeks or a month or 2 months. I often hand them off to friends and things just to try on weekend outings and things just to see what they think. It's a longer knife than I normally carry. I normally carry a bushcraft style knife without a handguard, normally with a 4-inch blade. This has a 5¼ inch blade, but it's not so large that I'm upset by it. It's still within the range of comfortable, I think, or practical as far as I'm concerned. What I did was, it came with a secondary edge on top. I ground that off for batoning, and I ground the top of the handguard down about 1/8 inch. I didn't take it all the way off. I wanted to leave some. I may go further with it. I'm not really sure, but it's not in the way I can get my thumb over for carving. Pommel's heavy. I find that I use it quite a bit when I'm around camp. But I think what the main thing is, I think what I like about it most is that for $35, I think I tend to use it more. Not necessarily abuse it, but use it, and without the fear of damage, without the fear of wrecking a $200 or $300 knife. I think that's what really makes it kind of practical, is that you get out there and you use it the way you should use a knife, instead of just having it, on your belt and never coming out of the sheath. And it's got a great leather grip handle, very comfortable. I find it very comfortable. The serrations on the top, they were designed for cutting aircraft aluminum, I believe. I rarely use them. I've seen nails, people cut nails with this. You can work at fire steel with it very well. I tend to work them closer to the tip, but there's plenty of sharp edge on the spine. So I really haven't found anything wrong with this. As far as I'm concerned, the way I use a knife, I use a knife out in the field as really general purpose. I want it to be a little of everything, but great little knife, and I thought I'd like to just talk about it and share my views with you guys out there. Anyway, it's the Ontario 499 Pilot Survival Knife. I think they've been making this since the Vietnam era, and the great thing is it's made here in the United States. $35, man. You can pick this thing up and go out in the woods and have a great time. It came to me super sharp. Had a very sharp blade. I've been using it quite a bit. Never sharpened it. Still very sharp. Anyway, Ontario 499 Pilot Survival.